I just want to make one fast video because the video I already made, but I can't upload yet. Talking about controlled opposition. Here he is. Oh, so cute. See him? Look at him. Little leopard frog. Look at him. He's so little. Look at him. So cute. He's so cute. Okay, so anyway, I say in the video that I haven't uploaded yet, I'm gonna call it One Big Prank. So it's from my One Big Prank video. And I say one line in there, controlled opposition is so important. I really want people to understand what controlled opposition is. It's such an effective, incredible tool to use to manipulate masses of people. So, like, I have this relative that's always spitting the mainstream media narrative at me as if I don't know it. Of course I know it. I'm on Twitter. I know what the mainstream media narrative is all about. So, I love Ring of Fire. Let's see. So, controlled opposition is when people on a side pretend to be on the opposite side and make the opposition look stupid. They control the opposition. There's a ton of this, and people fall for it all the time. It happens on both sides, but the one that's in my mind right now is there was this white van that had all these perfect Trump stickers and all this Trump stuff down in Florida that they traced back to these fake bombs that were sent out, but they looked into who owned the van, and it was a Democrat. It's like, but they only need to control the narrative for the beginning of it, and then the news cycle moves so fast, they move past it. So, another one was the person who went and shot up the hard drive at the Comet Pizza place. And they say, oh yeah, it was debunked. You gotta know, you've got to work on your intuition. You've got to work on your third eye, your brow, the chakra in the center of your forehead, your sixth chakra at the brow. It's your intuition. So that you can know and feel when someone's lying to you, or even when I can listen to someone and I can feel that they believe that they're telling 100% truth. They believe they're telling 100% truth, but then I can feel what percentage is actually true. So there is just so much information out there and all around. And it's really cute, silly, and naive to think that you can take in a whole bunch of information and figure out, without a healthy, fully functional third eye, what's true, what's false. Because it's just everybody who's trying to tell you stuff, they're not all completely correct. Even the people who 100% believe everything that they're saying, and they really feel like they've put it together, like they would be called conspiracy theorists. And a lot of what they say, it is true, but okay, so here's a good example. Most people should know who David Icke is. He's been removed from different platforms, And so that usually lends credibility when Facebook removes someone or when Twitter removes somebody. So that can often lend credibility to make them look like, oh, they're over the target. Okay, they're getting it. They're telling too much truth. Like when Malcolm X said, you know, the media is the most powerful entity on earth. Make an innocent person look guilty and a guilty person look innocent. The media will have you fighting the victim on behalf of the perpetrators. Anyway, so David Icke is this person. He's been speaking for a long time on things. He talks about how we are creative beings. So when he's talking about that stuff, he's right. And someone on Twitter called him a shill. So I just asked, why are you calling him a shill? And he said, mixed information, lies and truth. And I said, okay, so the thing that your third eye would be able to tell you is which parts are the lies, which parts are the truth, and is he doing it on purpose? Okay, so there may be a shill who's feeding him information. And so he's sharing that information 100% thinking he's telling the truth. Or he may be the shill, but he may not be. The people feeding him information may be shills. All right. So that said, okay, all that said, that's all part of the circus happening around you. So this is what's happening now. All this is just what's happening now, okay? So there's also your spiritual reality happening now, but it's much more subtle, much more quiet, but it's way more important. Way more important. Okay, so there's always a bigger thing happening and a smaller thing happening. The bigger thing happening is always your spiritual life, your spiritual growth. And the smaller thing happening is always the circus external to you. So, but what seems to grab people's attention more is the circus. The circus is what most people are engaged in. And they're gonna be born into the circus. They're gonna, live in the circus, and they're gonna die attached to the circus. So I'm not for those people, okay? I have those people in my family. I'm gonna do another video because I have to let someone in my family go. And I want to show how I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna let that person go. So, with the most grace and ease and highest vibration. But so that's a different video. But anyway, that person is trapped in the circus, but likes it. So that's a person that spits the mainstream media narrative at me as if it's truth. And also, they can't go 3 minutes with my most recent, which was the last experience. I think when I turned 50, I think, because I want to live 70 more years. I want to live to 120 years old. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I keep giving energy to people just because they're related to me. All right. And I've made myself very clear to this person that I just want to talk about our lives and like how everything's going, because they're not okay. They don't know about the WikiLeaks. They don't know about any of the stuff. They just intellectually follow mainstream media, which is fine. But it's like I don't need to hear it out of their mouth. I want to hear how they're doing with their husband and their life and their job and whatever. Okay. Anyway, I've been very patient, and it's not that I'm not patient anymore. It's that I'm patient with myself now. Now I'm going to give myself permission to let that go. But that'll be a different video. Anyway, so the circus is happening. Yes, the circus is happening. People are rioting in the streets. People are killing each other in the streets. Is that bad? No. Is that good? No. Okay, remember, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I am not for everyone. So I'm for people who want to break their ego. I'm for people who recognize that they don't want to use their ego anymore, come from their ego anymore, or identify with their ego anymore. So if that's not you, then choose accordingly. You can stay on and make fun of me, or you can stay on and see what this is about. So we want to keep our thinking mind, we want to keep our memory, and we want to keep our intellect. We just want to break the ego. We don't need the ego. We don't need it. Okay, it's the ego that tells us that the circus is more important than the larger thing happening, our soul growth. All right, so the soul situation, the true self, as my teachers call it, the true self. When I say I, to be impeccable with my word, when I say I am, my I want it to refer to my spirit, my true self, I. If I say I am angry, it would be more impeccable with my word, more true to say. My ego is telling me stories about being angry. My ego is encouraging me to be angry. Now, okay, I feel my feelings to release them. I learn holistic benefits from feeling my feelings. So they're just information. So, without attaching to being angry is bad and being happy is good, without attaching, the Tao is great with this teaching. Allowing all things. Allowing myself to get mad, just to learn that I need to put a thicker boundary on that person or that situation. Allowing myself to feel envy or jealous of someone else. That's just my intuitive heart telling me that I want something. I want to create or manifest something that person has that I don't yet have. Okay, and the best way to bring that to me would be to bless that person for what I perceive. Bless them, they're financially abundant. Bless them, they have 2 healthy children. Bless them, they have a wonderful marriage. My husband always says, good for them, good for them, good for them. And he really means it. And so then he doesn't believe in any of this stuff that I do. He doesn't need any of it. He just naturally came that way, I think. But he just naturally does all this stuff. And he's created such incredible karma for himself by just naturally really being on people's side. And he says, good for them. Good for that guy. Good for that lady. Good for her. She's doing great. He thinks all the time. He's really neat. But while the circus is going on, you can still break your ego. There's never been a better time. There's never, ever, that I can think of, been a better time to see the circus and choose not to be available for that reality. I choose not to be available for that reality. Okay? There's a whole lot, there's so much bullshit. There's so much bullshit that if your natural inclination is the 5th agreement, be skeptical but learn to listen, you're going to be in a much better place. If you pretty much think, okay, there's a good chance all these people are lying to me, so I'll listen, but with a skeptical mind, you're going to be a better position. Okay, you won't take it personally either. Forgive them, Lord, they know not what they do. If somebody's lying on purpose, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people lying on purpose right now. Why? Why would anyone lie on purpose? Because they don't want to get caught. A lot of people did some stuff that they know. Not only would they be arrested or killed for, put to death for, but the court of public opinion would be so awful for them that they will do anything to not get caught. And if you look through that lens, you'll see a lot of politicians and people in Hollywood. It explains some of their behaviors, their weird crazy behaviors. All right, so, you know, it's not my job to tell you about all the trafficking. You can look it up for yourself. You can look up what China, Oregon trafficking, and you can look it up if you want. What's cool is I'm finding a lot of intuitive healers. Not all. Some of them are falling for the bullshit, but there are many, many healers now that I'm seeing that are aware of the depraved behavior, and they're handling it, and they're holding the light, and they're allowing other people to see the reality at the same time that they're holding. They might not call it a high vibration. They call it a different thing. They refuse to be in fear. Fear is 100 level vibration. Anger is 150. You know, peace is 600. Joy is 540. Love is 500. So these healers, they're not using the same terminology as me, but they're on the same page as me. They know the depravity, and they refuse to succumb to fear or anger or any lower vibrational stuff. So it's really cool for me to watch other people navigate this time, and it's really cool that that healers are in the know, because we're not just like talking about, oh, love and light, pretend everything's good. You know, just pretend, and everything's gonna, use your mind, and everything's gonna work out fine. It's like, no, we being the light is gonna expose everything. But the thing is, what I really want to talk about is using our minds when we do heal ourselves, and we can heal the world. And when we raise our vibration, we become the light. Okay, as we raise our vibration, we become a more powerful manifester. We can manifest a lot more powerfully. Okay, how is that? Well, higher vibrational people have more power in the collective to bring about creation. So the higher your vibration, the faster you can manifest. So the more empowered you are, empowerment is 900, freedom and gratitude. So the more empowered you are, the higher your vibration, the more you shift the probability of what you want. So it's August 2020 right now, and we got souls are departing the planet. We have people dying. This isn't anybody's fault. This was a lot of us knew this was coming. We didn't know how it was going to come. We had, some people knew, but I just knew a lot of souls were going to start departing. I could feel it coming, like 2020, you know, and we're in for a little bit of a ride here. So the more you can, the more independent you can be, and the more resilient you can be, and the more you can get a generator, if you can have a garden, hydroponics. Some people are really finding out about hydroponics. The more you can grow your own food and take care of yourself, you know. The more you meditate, you calm your mind, keep control over your mind, because people are losing their minds right now. They you know, they don't. Some people are taking in too much information online, and then they don't know what to do with it all. You can't process it all. And the more you're in nature, the more you can be in nature. You know, take in your data in a format that's, you know, I like to just listen, so I don't really watch pictures. Pictures, people are very easily manipulated with pictures, like the measles baby. I don't know if you remember the measles baby. They took a stock photo, and of someone in scrubs holding a baby. They covered it with measles, and then they did this story about measles. And people really believed that measles were worse than they were because of this doctored photo. And I don't think a lot of people know that the media is allowed to lie to us because we've been at war. So the media is allowed to propagandize the American public when we're at war. So they're allowed to lie. It's not like, you know, I'm not just saying like, oh, I'm telling you, they're allowed to lie to us. And if you believe George Bush Sr., really shut down Operation Mockingbird, then, you know, good luck. Good luck with everything, really. Good luck trying to be happy in your life. But I'm pretty far off track now. I feel like my family's coming in and out of the house. Alright, so the higher your vibration, the better you can manifest, the faster you can manifest. The more weight you have in the collective to shift the probability. Okay, so in my meditations, we visualize the world we want. Maybe not in every single one, but you can do this all the time. You can do it for your own life, and you can do it for the world. Because if you're a human, you're part of a human collective. So think of it like this. Everything you see has already been created. This is all old stuff. Everything you see that's been created is old karma. Okay? Now, you look at what has been created. What do we like? We create more of. What do we not like? We discreate it. You know, we change it into what we do want. That's why when you meditate on solutions, you get solutions. Solutions come. But when you march against things, you create more of those things. Or march, and all these marches and all these like, you know, fighting. Whether you're fighting for something or fighting against it does not matter to the law of attraction. If you're fighting for or fighting against, the universe knows what you're really saying. So if you're fighting for something, okay, equal rights, you're actually saying that someone's not equal. Yeah. Yep. So if you're fighting for something, you're saying so-and-so's a victim and we're fighting for them. Well, you're actually calling them victims, and then it creates victimhood. If you're fighting against something, the universe, the law of attraction just hears that thing. You're beating the drum of that thing, so it's going to create more. So if you march or fight against racism, you actually create more racism. And it's very apparent to a lot of us, but not everybody, because once you start virtue signaling, your ego feels so good that it's fighting for the right thing. It sees everything through a lens that is created by you. Okay, so if we want to create peace and love, we focus on peace and love. That's how we create more. That's how we create more peace and love. That's what we do. We don't fight against it. Because fighting, or fighting for peace, and hating the right people to make a loving world that's just stupid. Like, that's just a stupid thing to do, and it's a little frightening to me, the class clown, because I don't think of myself as very smart. But people, intellectual people, in this relative that I have to get rid of, watched a lot of television, like a sick amount of television. I grew up with this person, so I know the television viewing habits. And I remember, like, I call them angels, not really angels, but I'll talk about that some other time. But they were like, that's not good. Like, don't do that. So it's like, okay. So people, what we're moving towards is a split between people who are still intrigued and in love with the natural world and natural things and like the natural ways, loving their children, loving each other, and just being loving and creating peace and ease and simplicity. So I'm not a minimalist, not successful anyway. I'm not a successful minimalist. My dad is. So I know what it looks like. And I've listened to a lot of minimalists. And if you listen to what resonates when they talk about their way of life, there's a simplicity and there's an ease and there's a beauty to it. And it really resonates with the Tao, because the Tao says when you have enough, stop. And it's a really living in balance. Okay, so like there's going to be a split here between people who want to stay in nature with the natural world and not messing with nature much, no GMOs, and letting the body heal itself, and natural medicines, and let's do what we can do. Obviously there's going to be people in the middle. It's not just two chunks. It's impossible with billions of people. And then there's going to be other people who want to move towards more automation, and they think that's easier. Okay, so there's some of us, like I have chickens and goats and dogs and a garden. Right now, it's not easy to maintain a garden. It's not easy to get chicken eggs every day. All this stuff. But for me, that's it feels like the life of ease. I love eating out of my yard. I love eating blueberries off my bushes. I love eating tomatoes. I love looking at my old dad picking through and picking himself some tomatoes, or going to get some eggs. So to me, that's easy. That's what I like. That's what we like. So there's a lot of us that are like more natural, pushing towards more natural. And then there's other people pushing towards transhumanism, where it's called Neuralink. Elon Musk, he wants to merge, put a chip in people so that they can, it's like you don't have to search on, Safari or whatever on your phone. It's attached to your brain, and the answers come. And then smart cities. If you look into what's a smart city and a smart grid and all this crap, it's like your fridge is going to order milk for you when you're running low. I don't want that. I want to be in charge of my own stuff, So I call that group of people like Alexa wipe my ass. Just fondly, fondly. I don't have anything against those people, but they are easily controlled, those people who, and if they get these chips in their brains, who has access to these chips, So it's like a crazy interesting time to be alive. It's unbelievable. There are people that are so scared because they are doing what they think they're supposed to be doing. So who's easier to control? 10 Hells Angels bikers with guns, that are standing there telling you, like, don't even try and tell me what to do. Or like 1,000 scared people who are all believing one narrative and accepting that as fact. Okay? So 1,000 people who you can tell, stay in your house, wear a mask or whatever, get the vaccine, whatever. 1,000, it doesn't matter. But 1,000 people who are afraid are much easier to control than 10 Hells Angels bikers who think freely and have guns and feel like, don't tell me what to do. They're harder to control. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's just the way it is. So, I'm not a biker, but I am a free thinker. And you don't have to call out bullshit as you see it. Some people are doing it. But at least if you're going to call it out in your head, the fifth agreement is be skeptical, but learn to listen. That's a really great way to go. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. Be ready to, at least to yourself, say, that feels like bullshit to me. That sounds like horseshit to me. That sounds like a bunch of crap. You don't have to say it out loud to anybody, but just get back to free thinking. If you can stand in the grass, this is the best time of year to do this, in the morning with the dew on the grass, at least in Connecticut. If you can drink a glass of water barefoot, standing in your grass in the dew, or walking around in the dewy grass, Just say, I'm grounding myself, I'm grounding myself, I'm grounding myself. Drink your water. Just calm and center, calm and center. Today I'm going to think for myself. Today I'm going to love my life. Today I'm going to love my whole existence. Okay? Because while the circus is going on, your life is going. You know, you probably don't have 100 years left if you're listening to me. Maybe you do, and that would be great. You know, but your life's going. It's always going. And you're allowed to think for yourself. And you're allowed to raise your own vibration. And you are spiritually encouraged to raise your vibration and make the most out of this lifetime as whatever your name is, as your body-mind complex. So you're not your body. Your body's yours to use. And you're not your mind. Your mind is yours to use. Your body and mind make up the person named whatever you are, whatever your name is. But that's not what you are. You are pure consciousness. I am pure consciousness, aware of itself now. I am pure consciousness with the awareness of itself right now. She's not here yet.
Huh? You waiting for her?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go up and shower.
Okay.
I turned the AC on downstairs.
Okay. Oh, we don't need that. I don't.
It's going to be hot, man. It's going to be 90 tomorrow.
Okay.
So, and Johnny's on a computer with his buddies.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Back to normal.
Yeah, see you later.
Okay, love you. I'll see you in a minute. I'm almost done. So I am pure consciousness with the awareness of itself now, right now. So while that's happening, you can handle the circus so much easier if you put your focus and your priority on your own highest vibrational existence. Okay? If you put your priority on breaking your ego, raising your vibration to 1,000, 1,000 level vibrational, single human raises 2 million people vibrating at 200 courage. People below 200 courage, we don't have to worry about them. They're choosing those vibrations. You may look at, say, they're suffering and we got to stop, we need to help them. You know, maybe we don't. Maybe they're working out some kind of karmic debt that they owe to the universe. All right? So just love yourself, love your life, raise your vibration, and you'll automatically raise other people's vibrations. And your life will automatically shift to reflect the vibration that you chose. My clients are doing amazing in this time frame. Oh my God, I'm so happy. But I really love you guys all, and we shift the probabilities towards peace, towards love, towards a peaceful, loving world. We shift the probabilities when we hold that idea firmly in our minds. This is what I want. I raise my vibration to 1,000, and all these other people raise our vibrations, and we choose the reality that we want. We shift the probability in our favor toward that end. We're more powerful. Love, love, love.